Hi, welcome to the next video. In this one I will show you the projects that are part of the Picklesdoc organization on GitHub, and I will briefly explain to you what each of them is about. Then I will pick a few of them and go into a bit more detail about them. So the first one in the list is the Pickles project itself. I'm going to skip that one for now because I will talk a lot more about that in another video. The next video is the Docs project. If I open it, then I already prepared the tab. I arrive at the Docs project, which has a README file, a YAML file, and docs. That's where the really interesting thing lives. So this, what will this look like when this is exported to read the docs? Then this is rendered like this. So the documentation is basically mainly a description of all the command line parameters, like the arguments, the documentation format, and so on. And there's a few interesting tasks that are explained, how to set up Pickles on TeamCity. To be honest, I don't know how up to date this still is. This may have been this may be totally out of date by now. I think I created this when NUnit was still 2.6. Sorry. Here's my other cat. This one is called Tiger. Right. So the contents of the Docs project in the Picklesdoc organization is generated into this sort of nice looking documentation website. It's done with read the docs in the background, and as you can see, it nicely integrates with the URL of the website. I'm not paying any I don't have a premium account or anything like that, so I suppose that's why there are no ads showing up here. How do you maintain how do you change all of that? You need to have an account on Read the Docs. Log in, and then when I add you as the maintainer, as one of the maintainers of Pickles, you can go to the admin page, and there's a lot of things to set. The main one is the repository, the link to the GitHub repository. I think that's a link to the homepage as well. I think that's the main thing. Then there are advanced settings. You can even add Google Analytics to this page. And on the maintainers, there's currently just me as a maintainer. I can add people from your organization. Then they need to have an account on Read the Docs, of course. So, I found Read the Docs pretty easy to set up back in the day. I see they've added a lot of functionality since then, but I expect that the basics are still very easy to do. So that shouldn't be a big problem for you. And I think when we talked some time ago, you also mentioned that you had some experience with Read the Docs. Anyway, there are versions. Well, I think that's basically it about Read the Docs. So let's go back to the list of projects on GitHub. I'll also close a couple of tabs that are related to Read the Docs. Now the next project on the list is the repository for the GitHub pages website of Picklesdoc. Let's open that one. Okay, they found a potential security vulnerability in one of my dependencies. So that's definitely something you might want to look into. In any case, the website looks like this. I'm sure you've seen it. It's a really basic thing with a couple of lists here. Some sample outputs and copyright and licenses. Again, you may want to add your own organization in there. I really also like this slider, which shows some examples of the different output formats. The markdown format is not in there, by the way, so this is something you could consider adding. The website itself runs with GitHub pages. What's it called in the it uses Jekyll, I think, in the background. So, and I'm apparently using a Bootstrap template. God, this is so long ago I actively worked on the website. You see, I basically set up this website 5 years ago, and I didn't have to do much updating on it because the one thing that really changes is the example output, and that gets updated with every version through a different process. There's one issue with all of this, and that is the following: because both this website and the part that generates the example outputs, they both mention picklesdoc.com in their domain, in one of their configurations. They sort of clash with each other. It works in practice, but what you will experience is that when you publish a new version of the website, you will get an email from GitHub saying the CNAME is already taken. I've always ignored that email because in practice it works perfectly. So I can surf to the website, which uses picklesdoc.com. I can then open one of the example outputs, which also uses picklesdoc.com. Just something to keep in mind. Don't be surprised if you receive an email from GitHub saying that there's a problem with the CNAME. And maybe you can find a solution to this one. Okay, Pickles test results. That's a very interesting project. I'm not going to say too much about it because it really deserves a video of its own. So briefly, what is this about? Pickles can read the test results from a variety of test runners, and I wanted to provide some ways of actually testing this capability. What that means is, suppose we're working with NUnit. I want to test whether NUnit files are parsed correctly, whether the test results for the scenarios are correctly extracted out of NUnit, out of NUnit result files. So I needed a way to actually provide the NUnit result files. And this is what the Pickles test results project is about. I will show this in more detail, but there's a Visual Studio solution that goes with it that has a number of SpecFlow scenarios that produce pass and fail and inconclusive tests and whatnot, with certain well-defined names. And then in the proper Pickles solution, we extract the results of exactly those tests out of the resulting files. So I will show this I will do a proper video about it to explain this in more detail. No worries. Good. The next video is based as Gherkin. The next project is based as Gherkin table. That one was a nice thing to play around with back in the day. It's a plugin for Visual Studio 2012. The plugin model in Visual Studio has changed significantly since then, so I don't expect this plugin to work anymore. But what it does is, if you have CSV data in your clipboard, so if you copy something from Excel into the clipboard and then paste it into Visual Studio into a Gherkin file, then this will be formatted as a proper Gherkin table. So there's an example, given the clipboard contains the first line with column headers and then some data, then the plugin will paste a proper Gherkin table. Right, but as I said, I created this 8 years ago. Haven't updated it since. The plugin model of Visual Studio changed significantly. So there are 4 issues which I created back in the days. Well, honestly, I don't think this project is really worth putting too much effort into. But it's there if you want to have a look at it. The next one up for grabs is a project. It's a fork of the upforgrabs.net website, which so upforgrabs.net is a website where where you can post issues for open source projects to make it easier for people to find things to fix in open source projects and jump in. So I did create a fork of that. I posted 1 or 2 issues there. I don't think I got anyone who came back to me from Up for Grabs. Yeah, as you can see, Up for Grabs has had 3,700 commits since then. Also, I don't think this is really worth pursuing any further. But again, it's there if you want it. And then so let's close some more tabs and then open the next one. The Pickles JVM project is an implementation of Pickles on the Java virtual machine. A bit of history there. I'm not the original maintainer of Pickles. That was Jeffrey, also known as X97MDR. So Jeffrey started with creating Pickles on .NET, and then his professional area of interest shifted more towards Java, and then he started creating a Java version of Pickles. But he never finished it. It's in no fit state. I never touched it, so I can't really tell you how far along it was or how good it is or what is still missing. I kept it around for historical purposes, but forget about that one. So those are the projects in the Picklesdoc project, Picklesdoc organization. Yeah, I will definitely do another video about the Pickles test results project. That really deserves a video of its own. And of course, lots more information to come about the Pickles project itself.